This is your fucking moment. You only get one moment in life.
My throat's sore, had a sore throat for a month and a half, and this is not an acoustic environment that's suitable to request this from me.
I don't give a fuck.
Your language is offensive. Fuck you. It's called mind fucking. You ever been mind fucked before?
Hiding your valuables in your anus.
Oh my God! Why does this keep happening to me?
Broadcasting live from the Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio in downtown Cleveland.
This is the funnest night ever!
And the nipples. I'll take 2.
On MorningShowCentral.com.
Don't interrupt me again.
Okay.
You think you got issues?
Please, enlighten me.
Wait till you get a load of these clowns.
Who the fuck are you?
Come here to get your weekly fix of Sick and Twisted.
Yeah, it's got its tongue up my ass.
No.
It's Uncensored Net Noise.
Come on in. Oh, and bring your whore. We'll all do some blow.
What the fuck's going on?
On MorningShowCentral.com.
Yeah, that was probably the first sign of the apocalypse.
Previously on Uncensored Net Noise.
How cool would that be? How cool would that be? Bastard Bunny as our mayor of Ohio. That would be freaking awesome, dude. Then I can definitely go to Bastard Bunny and say, look, I need funding for MSC Radio Network. Could you find me an investor to get this off the ground? And I'm sure I can get it done.
You know something? That shouldn't be a problem, and I'll tell you why. They gave $500 million
Right.
to Elon Musk. Remember him?
Yeah.
He was the guy that put PayPal and SpaceX together, put out that shitty Tesla S car. Remember that?
Right.
They gave that guy $500 million.
I get you.
Okay? No shit. Okay?
I know.
I mean,
I know.
if I should be able to get you a few $100,000.
Yep. Yep.
Everything is closing in. All this emptiness, it surrounds me. With everything I feel, I just know, oh, it's changing.
I knew I should have picked a bigger shirt out of that damn closet over there. I feel like a fat dude in a small shirt.
I just can't breathe. It doesn't matter where I go, 'cause I just can't sleep without you here. I just wanna let you know that you make me weak.
We do have change of plans tonight for the show. Def Leppard won't be in studio tonight, and I have another guest. Yes.
I'm surrounded. All these memories.
I knew I should have went with Daryl Hall and John Oates. John Oates is in town this week, so I knew I should have went with them.
They surround me. Now only broken chains are all that I found.
Like I can really get them too. Yeah.
Oh, it's killing me. Now I feel like you got the best of me. It doesn't matter where I go, 'cause I just can't sleep.
No, we were going to have the band Hysteria in studio tonight, but evidently they called at the last very second and said that they couldn't make it, but I still have a guest. You just have to stick around to find out who it is. I'm not going to say who it is. You're just going to have to stick around to find out.
Without you here, I'm caught in my feelings again. They're ringing out inside my head. I just wanna let you know that you make me weak, and now I fear it doesn't matter.
I got this story. It's kind of weird. Corpse found in LA hotel water tank. Yeah, wonder how that water tasted.
Because I just can't sleep without you here. I just wanna let you know that you make me weak, and now I fear I'm surrounded.
All right, you want to call the show? The number's 888-668-0742 or get to the website, morningshowcentral.com. Jump in the chat. I'm in there right now. If you miss any part of this show or any of the other shows that we did in the past, go to our website, uncensorednetnoise.com. There you'll be able to find all the shows that we've done previously or currently or whatever. They're all up there. Or check us out on iTunes. You can go to your iTunes, whatever, store or whatever, and type in Uncensored Net Noise, and you'll be able to get the latest podcast downloaded to your computer or your device that you choose and listen to us on the go. If you can't stick around in front of the computer for the full 2 hours, you can always download the free smartphone app called TuneIn Radio. It's free. All you have to do is download it. Do a search for Morning Show Central Radio Network, and you'll be able to stream us on the go. That's TuneIn Radio on your smartphone or your iPhone or whatever you have. I don't think anybody's really using those Windows phones or whatever, but it works in those phones as well, too. So I got this story here. Corpse found in L.A. hotel inside their water tank. I guess there was a tourist that was staying at this hotel. She was spotted in the elevator, going somewhere in the hotel on security tapes or whatever. And they thought she left the hotel. Well, evidently this hotel is like on Skid Row somewhere in L.A. And they found her inside the water tank on top of the building. She was there for days, fermenting, and all the people that were in the hotel were using that water to brush their teeth, take a shower, wash their hands, drink the water, and so forth. And I guess the EPA had to be called in to double check, and no one can leave the hotel until they got a clean bill of health. It doesn't say in the story that they got a clean bill of health. Evidently, they're probably still there. I have no idea what's going on. But according to this article, they said that the maintenance workers found her inside the water tank, just floating, and they called police, and police came, and that's when they started investigating to find out how she got there. They still don't know how she got there. And she's 21 years old. She's a Canadian. And evidently, she's been there for a little while. So they're still investigating this whole thing. They're going to try to find out what's going on with it. People are saying that this woman that was found in there, she was a really nice lady. She wouldn't harm anybody. She wouldn't do anything crazy or whatever the case may be. And they still don't understand why they would why would someone kill her. But if you look at the surveillance camera footage, she was in the hotel elevator. It looked like she was like hiding from somebody, like trying to get away from somebody. I mean, usually when you get on the elevator, you stand right in the middle of it if there's nobody in it, right? And you push the button, you go up or down or wherever you're going. No, she hid by where the buttons are, where you push the elevator, to go up or down or whatever. And she was just standing there, hiding from whoever was, looking for her or whatever. So they don't know exactly what the motive is and why she was, there in the first place. But they're going to find out if they can pinpoint exactly who or what killed her and why she was in the water tank. or if it was suicide or whatever the case may be. They're still not clear if like I said, the water, it was safe or whatever. Their main concern was the fecal matter and other germs that were in, from, the body floating in there. Toxicology reports have to come back from the water, and they have to make sure that it was okay and people have the green light to leave. People were saying that when they found out the woman was floating in the water, they literally got sick right away from finding out that she was in there, and there was a couple of people that were transported to area hospitals to get looked at. So yeah, floating dead corpse in water tank in hotel in L.A. Yeah, awesome. It was on the Cecil Hotel's rooftop. I don't know if anybody's ever been to that hotel or not, but yeah, she was there. 21 years old, dude. She had a long life ahead of her, and now she doesn't. Moving across the sea, or across the pond, as they say, in Japan, they have this new way of advertising. And their new way of advertising is on women's thighs. So, for instance, I was looking at some of the pictures, like, let's say I'm using this as an example. The new Green Day CD just came out or something like that, or a Green Day CD came out. On one of the pictures, they had advertising on it. The Green Day, I guess the cover of the Green Day album was on this woman's thigh. And as she was roaming through the streets of wherever she's at, Japan, people would stare and look, and they would see the tattoo or the advertisement on her thigh. They're paying big bucks for this. They thought that this would be a great way to advertise different brands out there, and they're saying that it works really well, and you would think it would because it's a woman's thigh. Now, if this woman was a wildebeest, I don't think I'd be looking at her thigh. But 99.9% of the people that are in these pictures that I'm looking at, they're really thin girls. Looks like they're bulimic. They have no meat on them anyways. And they have pictures of the Green Day CD. A picture of a heart is on one of them. There's another picture of a heart on another one. And these chicks, man, they're really young too. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see if I can get that on the camera. There's the Green Day CD. It's on some woman's thigh. I think it's their latest album or something like that. My daughter would know more about that than I would, but that's the Green Day CD on some woman's thigh. They're saying that the advertising's working, and they're not going to, stop it. They said a lot of people are really interested in doing more advertising on women's thighs in Japan. I want to know if this would work in the United States. I don't think it would, to be quite honest with you, because then you might get socked with some kind of a lawsuit or something like that because you're looking at someone's thigh. Now, I think if you did it on women's breast, here in the United States, I think you might get a bigger response, but then you can't flop those things around in public because you get charged with indecent exposure. So I don't think that would ever work. But the people that are doing this, which is some business in Japan, they want to raise awareness to other businesses out there, and they found that putting their brand on a woman's thigh and have that woman tramps around the city will pull more people into their brand than just putting up a billboard on a busy highway or something, or an advertisement on TV or something. They're trying to go with the sex appeal of the women in Japan. So evidently it's working. So, I mean, to each his own, I guess. But I don't think it'll work here in the United States, to be quite honest with you, because have you seen some of the women here? Yeah, it's kind of big. St. Peter's, Florida, there was a woman. She was injured after she was struck by a bullet. Now, you would think, okay, someone shot through her window or something, or through her door, or whatever the case may be. But no. There was a bullet inside of her oven. She turned her oven on, to make something, and she was in her kitchen, whipping up whatever she was ready to cook, and the bullet went right through the door of the oven and struck her. And she's now in the hospital right now. She had the round of ammunition exploded inside the oven, police said. She's 18 years old. She was making some waffles in an oven? Wow, I thought waffles were made like in a toaster or something. Oh, I guess, whatever. Or a waffle maker. I guess an oven will work, I guess, or whatever. It was a .45 caliber Glock 21 that was a bullet that was in the oven. It's unclear why the bullet was inside of her oven in the first place. The gun itself was inside a drawer, she said. She later told police. Walker preheated the oven shortly after 9 p.m. She heard the explosion a short time later, and the round struck her, and now she's in St. Anthony's Hospital, where she was met with officers because they wanted to find out why that bullet was inside the oven in the first place. Yeah, so kids, don't put your bullets or weapons inside the oven and turn it on and cook waffles, and that's what's going to happen to you. You're going to end up shooting yourself, and it's not good. I got another story here. Remember that guy that was that Olympic track runner guy that ran on those blades? He was a double amputee track runner. He's in Africa right now, trying to beat a murder case right now. Well, they let him out on bond in Africa. At first they weren't sure if they were going to let him out on bond or on bail, and they let him out for $112,000. A magistrate in Nair set the bail. Set the bail at $1 million rand, about 112. That's about $112,000 of U.S. money, and it was a high amount for a murder trial in Africa. I guess that $112,000 is unusually high, and they're afraid that this guy was gonna, skip country or whatever. So they took his passports, told him he can't leave, he has to stay, blah blah blah. They let him go, and now he's preparing for his trial of this chick that he allegedly, well, they're saying allegedly he murdered. So they took his passports and everything else, and now he's going to spend a little bit of time in Africa until they work out all this murder trial crap. So, got another story here. Woman bites off a boyfriend's tongue after a Valentine's Day spat. This happened in Illinois. Boyfriend of, they've been going out for like 10 months. She asked him to leave. He wanted to end the argument, so he leaned over for a kiss to apologize to the girl for arguing with her. And the 51-year-old woman decided that wasn't good enough, so she clamped down on his tongue and ripped it off. The guy's not upset over the woman ripping his tongue off, a big chunk of his tongue off. She still says, "I love you." He still loves her, and he forgives her for doing it, and he wants her to take him back, and wash this thing under the bridge and whatever the case may be. But the police have other plans for this lady. They charge her with aggravated assault, and now she's sitting in jail right now, awaiting trial. They didn't give her any kind of a bond to get out of jail or anything. And the boyfriend ran to the sink in the kitchen, and he saw his tongue sitting on the counter. I guess the woman, when she bit it off, she laid it on the counter. And when he ran to the sink to start rinsing his mouth out, he noticed his tongue was sitting there just pretty as pleased, and that's when he grabbed the ice out of the refrigerator and put some ice on that tongue that was sitting on the refrigerator so that way they can try to surgically put it back on. But they were unsuccessful by putting this guy's tongue back in his mouth and, reattaching it. They said it was kind of too late for him to do it, so they did what they had to do to stop the bleeding, and now this guy's got half a tongue in his mouth right now. And he still loves the woman, but he doesn't know exactly if she'll take him back. Now, if a woman bit my tongue off, or she attempted to try to do it, she wouldn't have any teeth, and she'd probably be laying on the ground right now, because I wouldn't allow that to happen. I'm sorry. Also in here, it's kind of funny, though. When the police came to his door to, find out exactly what was going on, he tried to explain to cops what happened. He couldn't verbally say what he was trying to, what was going on. So he had to use a piece of paper and a pen to describe the incident. So that's a lesson to you guys. Be careful when you lean over to kiss your woman. You never know. You might come back without a tongue. All right, real quick, guys. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'm going to bring my mystery guest on and talk to him for a little bit and find out what's going on. And you just have to stick around. You're listening to Uncensored Net Noise on MorningShowCentral.com.
Don't touch that mouse, or we'll come to your home and pistol whip you. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network, right here on MorningShowCentral.com. Are you tired of all the overhyped advertisements for energy drinks and energy supplements?
Maybe skydiving from a suborbital spacecraft or jumping a snowmobile over 80 buses is not in your agenda!
Maybe you just want to make it through the day effectively. Whether it's work, school, or raising a family, life's demands can be overwhelming. When you need that extra kick in the butt to help get you going, try Cocaine Energy. You'll not find a more effective energy supplement. Cocaine Energy has higher caffeine content per ounce than any other energy supplement on the market, and it's safe. Worried about the side effects of so much caffeine? We got you covered. Cocaine is scientifically formulated to mitigate against the side effects normally associated with large doses of caffeine, such as the jitters and heart palpitations. So what are you waiting for? Try cocaine today, because life doesn't wait. Cocaine is available at local retailers and online at www.drinkcocaine.com. That's drinkcocaine.com. Once again, that's drinkcocaine.com. This product does not contain the drug cocaine. Duh. This product is not intended to be an alternative to an illicit street drug. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Not recommended for children, pregnant women, or people sensitive to caffeine.
Hey, this is Steve Snyder from Twisted Sister, and you're listening to Uncensored Net Noise.
If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com.
You want a date?
I'm gonna puke on you.
Gee, I don't think I have a price for that.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network, right here on MorningShowCentral.com. If you have a product or service, let people know about it. Get your message out there and advertise on MSC Radio Network. It's easier than you think, and the whole planet is listening. Find out how you can advertise. Email Chris at MorningShowCentral.com. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. Hey, local bands and unsigned artists. What if I told you there was a place in Cleveland where you can get your merch made and have it sold in one location? What if I said you could bring your CDs and tickets to upcoming shows to this location? And what if I said you could do live acoustic sets at this location? I bet you're thinking there's no such place in Cleveland. Guess what? You'd be wrong. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland, and tell him you need merch made and you want to sell it in his store. Now, how cool is that? You can tell your fans to come down and get your stuff, and I think he'd ship your products to your fans. And he's local. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland today. 216-622-0377. That's 216-622-0377. Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com.
Oh, wow. Language.
Okay, he was PMSing.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Check out Uncensored Net Noise every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here. Uncensored Net Noise on morningshowcentral.com. Oh, great. Not another Farmville request. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Morning Show Central. Denying one Farmville request at a time.
Prepare to get your cock rocked to kingdom come.
Welcome back to the show that doesn't discriminate. We'll bang everyone equally.
You can handle that? You got a job.
It's Uncensored Net Noise. From the Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio, you're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. It's Uncensored Net Noise. Welcome back to Uncensored Net Noise. Live on morningshowcentral.com. If you'd like to call the show, 1-888-668-0742.
Start to lose your grip, then you come running back to me. You start abusing when you're using, in the meantime losing. Baby, why don't you let it be? I ain't talking to me, 'cause I can't hear you when you're screaming. You're fixing, you come running back to me, and there's no doubt it's all been played out. Now I'm on my way out, baby. Why can't you see? driving me blind, and I can't get you out of my mind. Something's got to give. You're talking to me, 'cause I can't hear you when you're screaming. Shut the door, say why you leaving. Are you talking to me, to me, to me, to me, to me?
Previously on Uncensored Net Noise.
What I'm trying to really understand here is, am I supposed to feel a certain way listening to it, or am I supposed to, be trans?
I don't really know, because I'm
trying to understand where you're going with it. That's all I want to know.
Yeah. Where am I going with it? Art school girls, that was actually, that there was maybe one beer involved in that performance. I wasn't on any drugs or anything, so I really don't know how to almost answer that.
It's Uncensored Net Noise. Uncensored Net Noise. What happens when a dysfunctional family stops taking their medication?
Oh, this is so hilarious.
Keep listening and find out. It's Uncensored Net Noise.
All right, we're back. You want to call the show? The number is 888-668-0742, or get to the website, morningshowcentral.com. Like I said, if you missed any part of this show, you can always go to our website, uncensorednetnoise.com, and there you'll be able to find all the shows that you missed in the past or whatever. I do have our guest in studio. He's sort of not a mystery guest. We had him on the show a couple times, I think. Twice, right?
I believe it was only once.
Was it once? I thought it was twice. Well, this is your second time then, right?
Yeah, this would be my second time.
All right. I got Chris in studio. He was with a band. I'll let you explain that band to me. So go ahead and introduce yourself. You were with a band the first time you were here, you were with who?
I was with the Gift for the Unblessed at the time.
All right. So then that band dismembered, or is it still together?
No, it's gone. Everyone went their separate ways and doing their own thing, and it's hard, man. It's a really hard scene, and that's kind of why I'm going the direction I'm going right now, working with some younger kids on a new project I got called Immune. So a Gift kind of split. Everyone's doing their own thing. Still cool with pretty much everybody. We had our falling outs. I had my mistakes. They had theirs. It's yada yada. I'm sure everyone's heard the story on Facebook once or twice.
So the fallout between you and the Gift of Unblessed or whatever, did it start because there was disagreements with certain people in the band, or was it because you guys just couldn't get along? Period.
Disagreements, tension, and an incident occurred where it really made me think twice about who your friends are.
Okay, makes sense then. Okay. And then, now, how many shows did that band play?
I've played for about 4 years, so easily, 3 shows a month?
Yeah, a lot. We'll just put it that way. There's a lot of shows. Now, this new band you're in, now tell me a little bit about it.
Well, we're called Immune, and basically it's just over the past couple of years I've been in and out of bands and falling apart and chemistry with people, working together, just things don't work. No matter how hard you try, and the more it seems like that you push to try, is the quicker it just collapses and falls apart.
So, what do you think? What do you think the problem is with local bands? I mean, as far as getting them together, getting them to work together, and trying to form a band. I mean, what's the major problem that you see with a local band trying to put something together?
Well, a lot of things happen. Partying becomes an issue, and it's a little early to start partying when you ain't even a rock star to begin with.
Right.
Partying becomes an issue. Disagreements, everybody wants to run things, and you got to either have one or two people that do it, and not everybody agrees with that.
Okay. Now, if there is something, is it more of like, do you guys all write the music together, or is it, just one person writing it and then the rest of you guys learning it? How does it work with, with the bands? I mean, with the band that you were in, before, how was it there? Was it, a lot of people collaborating together, or is it just like maybe one or two people doing it?
With a gift, it was, Dan would write the music and Ryan would add the drums. They would all collaborate on the music. Me and Joe would write the lyrics, or me and Dunk previously before that. And then once I got into Karma, we were all kind of writing, but JP had a good majority of the lyrics written down. And
okay.
Kind of went like that. But the thing is, like, even with working with Karma, and I'm not afraid to say this on the air, and if they want to call in and talk, that's fine. I've never worked with two grown men who are big whiny ass babies in my life, and that is why Karma's a bitch, and it is just done.
Right. So so this is, how many bands have you been in personally?
Personally, I've been in quite a few. I stepped in for Rusted Out for a little while.
Okay.
And, things just, that was a hard one to begin with, but A Gift was my baby. It was what me and Dan created, what we, wanted to go with, and we pushed and pushed and pushed with it, and it was just a matter of time before it fell apart. And then Karma, it just, the name kind of was a jinx in itself.
Yeah.
Because you had to watch everything that you did. And I'm not exaggerating. Like, you go to the store and, like, see the guy out there waving for the change for Santa, for Toys for Tots. You don't leave $1. Yeah, you're going to get into a car accident or lose money or something. Like, it literally was a jinx, man.
Right. So, I mean, because I remember making one flyer for the band, and then I think after that flyer, I think that's when the band kind of split.
Yeah, it's kind of when the new guitar player came in. He was like a blessing and a disaster at the same time.
Okay.
So
now this new band that you're putting together with a bunch of younger guys. Now, do you think the younger guys are easier to work with, or do you think the older guys are easier to work with?
I think they're a lot easier to work with the younger guys because they want it. They're dedicated. They have no problem putting in a couple hours of practice. We're always on time, and like we haven't even been practicing that long, maybe a couple months, and we've got a couple songs going already. One I'll name drop for you is Operation Bath Salt Decimation.
God.
Yeah.
I hate to see what that sounds about. Is it about zombies?
Yes.
Okay, awesome then. All right, cool. Eating faces, that's awesome though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, zombie being the code word for the government for what the operation is going to be when we finally have a zombie apocalypse, if we ever do.
Right. Now the music that you're putting together now, is it how is it? Give me a difference between like Karma, A Gift from Unblessed, or and then the music that you're playing now. I mean, tell me the difference between what you're doing. Is it something of the same genre of music, or is it something totally completely different?
It's a little bit of the same genre. It definitely falls under the A Gift category, but it's more along the lines of things that I grew up with and that I miss in music nowadays, like catchy beats, groovy, doesn't just like go chaos for no reason. Like it's structured very well.
It's not like screamo bands that you hear today.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah. I mean, look, there's I guess there's a market for screamo bands, and I'm not knocking them. They do their thing, and that's fine. But I'm not into it. I can't sit there and watch like a 2-hour show at some club, and all this dude is doing is like actually just screaming into his microphone for the full 2 hours. If I want to hear that, I just go home, and open up my window and listen to the neighbors.
Right.
So, I mean, I get it, but, I like metal, where you can actually, you got a really good rhythm going, and the song, is really good. Now, the lyrics are kind of up in the air. But you get the gist of what's going on in the song. It's not like constant screaming the whole entire time. I get it though. But with this new band, do you think that going this route again is the right choice?
I actually do. Yes.
Okay. Now, why do you say that?
I believe that this is the right choice because, like I said, the working with these kids, man, I've only worked with them a couple times, and not only am I writing vocals for this, but right now I'm writing guitar riffs too, so I'm helping write the music. We're writing everything together, and we're really coming together as a cohesive unit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see. I think it's really the right step, and I think once we come out with the CD and hopefully get on the OTEP show at Peabody's on April 4th, that people will really start to see that it's definitely the right step for me to take.
Right. Now, do you have little side projects that you're working on too?
The only other thing I have going on with my buddy Adam is a cover band, believe it or not, just for fun. Maybe play some clubs.
Def Leppard?
No, not Def Leppard.
Okay. What kind of cover?
It's Gen X. It actually is ridiculous, and it covers everything from rap, rock, punk, metal.
Okay.
I mean, you name it. It's just Gen X, and it's mostly like 90s covers.
Okay, that's cool.
And no hair metal.
Right. Well, I have no problem with hair metal. I like hair metal. I mean, I have no problem with it.
Yeah, I don't either. It's
right.
It's the other singer.
Right. It's really, I have no problem with it though. But I'm good with the '90s stuff too. That's out there as well. I mean, what do you like playing better, the cover or the new band that you're in?
Definitely Immune.
Okay. And now, when you do the cover, does it? I don't know. Is the creative? Is it more, set in its ways? When you go and do a show, and okay, we're going to play this song, this song, this song, and this is what these people are going to hear or they want to hear. Now, do you find it that it's a little bit harder for your new band Immune to play the new your own music in front of a crowd, or do you think the cover is a lot easier to play?
I would say right now the cover's a lot easier to play because Immune hasn't played out yet.
Okay.
And this will be the first time for Lane and Caleb, my bass player, my drummer, to play out anywhere. Caleb has a side punk band that he's doing, but I don't think he's really ever hit it to the point of we're gonna play big shows. We're not just looking to play Cleveland. We're not just looking to stay local. I really want to push to try and go national with this one.
Did you think outside the box when you decided to make this band or put this band together on the people that you chose for it? I mean, because the problem I see with a lot of local bands is that you'll get let's say you get a guitarist in, and then they'll learn the music, and then they'll play a couple shows, and then after that they're gone, or you get a drummer that finally learns the freaking timing of all the songs, and then all of a sudden he bails on you too.
I got a funny story about that. Actually, the very first A Gift for the Unblessed show back in 2008 that happened, our original drummer quit 5 days before our first show. So that's when Ryan, who was with Hysteria, came in and filled in, and he liked it and he stuck with it.
Well, do you think these the people that are out there, these musicians and everything that are in want to get into bands, or they've been in bands before? Do you think that it's more of I've been in 1,000 bands and I've seen it all, and if I don't like it, I'm gonna leave, or whatever the case may be? Do you think it's a more of an ego thing, with some of these artists that are out there that want to get into these bands?
It can most definitely be egotistical, and I'm guilty of that. I was young at one point in time, young, dumb, and full of cum, as they say. But no, it's a lot of things, man. It's egotistical. It's compromise. It's working together. It's kind of like going to school and get along with kids at the lunch table. It's really what it comes down to.
Right.
And most people don't think that, but that is really what it comes down to. Is if you guys aren't getting along and something happens and it's not going somebody's way, or someone has full charge and another person's like, oh, well, I don't want to do that, or I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this cover, I don't want to play this show, I don't want to play with this band so many times, even though we're in front of so many people every time. It comes down to a lot of it.
Well, the one thing I find kind of interesting though is that these bands, some of the local bands out there, they'll play they'll play one club one weekend in Cleveland, then they'll play another club the next weekend in Cleveland, then they'll play another club in Cleveland, and then finally all the clubs are done. They played every club in Cleveland, and then they regurgitate themselves, and then they go back to the first club they played, and they play there again, and it's a full circle. They only play in Cleveland. That's something that I can't figure out, is that there's other clubs in Ohio that you can play, or there's other clubs out of state that you can play that's surrounding Ohio that you can actually go and do. Now, with this band, the new one here, are you going to use those capabilities to move out of state a little bit to, maybe further get noticed, or are you just going to maybe just for the first year just try to stick it out in Cleveland and work it out, or are you going to try to move around the states?
I say we're definitely going to try and move around as much as we can and not stick around in one location.
Right.
Be all over the board, Right.
I noticed that a lot with the bands. I mean, they'll stick in Cleveland for, the whole entire summer. I'm like, you see one band that's played Peabody's once, and then the next week they're playing the Foundry. It's like, okay, why?
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, that's kind of dumb. And then you get bands that they get on the bill with some bigger band, and then they stay and they think that they're going to get a lot of audience to listen to their music, but what they don't realize, no, you're not. There's a specific reason why they're big, because they went out of town to play and they have a bigger following and they work a little bit harder than you, and maybe you should do the same. And to me, I'm going to use them as examples, but I shouldn't, but I'm going to. Like Mushroomhead, prime example. All right, you see all these people jumping on the Mushroomhead dick, basically, and they'll play 1,000 shows with them, and they think that, okay, we're going to get a lot of people to listen to our music. No, you're not. They're there for people are coming to see Mushroomhead. They're not coming to see you. That's why I'm saying that you guys, these other local bands that are out there, they should go out to other states, get familiar with all these other clubs that are out of the state, and move your ass into Cleveland. Make Cleveland the fall type thing where you play in the fall and play in the summer out of state, the whole entire time. That way you'll get a following out of state, and then by the time you get to Cleveland, the anticipation is huge, and everybody's going to come to that show to see you, and you're going to be playing in front of a lot of people. And make it your own show. Don't make it on somebody else's show. I mean, there's times that you're going to have to do it, but then there's times that you really don't have to. I've noticed that a lot with bands, and, to me, it's crazy. It's just, I see it all the time on Facebook. Check us out at blah, blah, blah. I'm like, the next week they're at the freaking Foundry playing again. And it's like, oh, okay, well, next you'll be at this other club down the street, and I'll be able to catch you then again, right? So I think moving out. Now, what do you think of the local music scene here in Cleveland? Do you think that it's too oversaturated with bands, or do you think that there's a lot that can be done to improve the music scene here in Cleveland, or do you think the music scene's okay?
I think there's a lot that can be done to improve the music scene. However, it really comes down to how you book your shows, because there's a lot of promoters out there. I'm not going to drop any names. Okay, you know who you are. You basically screwed me on a lot of shows, and yeah, I'm coming on there and coming clean with it right now, dude. You screwed me over quite a lot, and I've been cleaning up your mess ever since. It really comes down to how you book your shows. I can't tell you how long I've been trying to work with Joe from Demons Within. I'm putting together a tour, and every time I get this close to doing it, everyone else bails on me.
Right.
It
works out. There are certain times when you have to think about it. Is that it all stems to who you have on your band, who you have in your band, and are they willing to put the dedication that you're going to put in, and I don't know, you being a leader of, I don't know if you're the leader of the band or not, but I'm just saying, if you are the spokesperson of the band and you are the front person of the band and you're going to do all the talking for it, then you have to show an example for the other members of your band and say, look, I'm putting 100% in. Maybe you should help put 100% in. And then, you weed out the people that you think aren't going to work out in the first couple of weeks of practicing before you actually do a live show.
Yeah, honestly, it comes down to the first couple of days.
Right.
It really does.
Well, you can't really say the first couple of days, because you have to give them a few weeks to learn, or get acclimated to, what you're going to be doing and some of the music and, that you already put together or you have in your head, just to get them acclimated to exactly what your plans are for your band. I'd say maybe, roughly like the first 3 weeks of your band, coming together, that's when you should weed out the person, because you figure in a month's time, you're going to have enough songs to play a show, or maybe 2 months in, you're going to have enough music to play. So, I mean, then you're going to go hit the shows and start playing. That right there is your prime opportunity to say, you know what? You're not working out.
Yeah.
You know, and I see a lot of that, though, with some of the bands. I mean, I'm not going to drop names. I know a lot of bands here in Cleveland that are struggling right now, and they're trying to get their name out there, and they're trying to do things, and they're having problems in their bands or whatever. And they just, you know, they're at their wits' end right now. And they, you know, one of my, you know, dearest friends that has been on the show 1,000 times, that, you know, he was just recently on here, and you probably know who it is by me saying that, has went through so many different band changes.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry for him.
And I'm right there with him.
You know, and I'm like, you know, come on. I mean, when is the changing going to stop? When are you going to have something solid?
Right. When's enough?
Right.
Man?
Exactly. I mean, you're trying to put something together so that way you can go out and you can do these shows, or you can go out and tour outside the city and whatever. And it's kind of hard with when stuff like this happens, where you don't get the dedication of your other bandmates, and you know, they put the 100% in when you say, oh, we're going to put a band together and we're all going to, you know, put our 100% in. But then when it's time to do that, they kind of like bail on you. And I get what you're saying. It's really hard. Now, do you think having a band is more difficult nowadays than it was back in the day?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I definitely agree with that statement. I would say that having a band is like having multiple wives.
Right. Right.
You know, just without a wedding ring or without a title, basically, so to speak, you know.
No.
And luckily I have a girlfriend who's very awesome and keeps me very sane, because half the time, man, I talk to you all the time. I'm going nuts half the time. Getting out of my parents' house in Painesville was a great stepping stone. Now, getting Geneva off my back about this warrant crap, which was over a year ago, and it's like, dude, okay, I'm trying to pay your fine and be done with this, and it's just not working. Like, it's just one thing after another. It's the band. It's, you know, I got a management position at a haunted house. I got so many things going on. I'm trying to help you out. We're throwing together a benefit show. I've actually just talked to Herbie a little bit ago. He's the one from Hysteria that is allowed tonight not to be here because he informed me that he had to work. Understandable. We will reschedule, and they will be here. You have my word on that, but we're going to throw together a show. I think I'm going to get a hold of Scores because they're really easy to work with, and we're going to do a benefit show for MSC and Uncensored Net Noise.
That'd be great. Now, talking a little bit about, you know, the unsigned music here in Cleveland. Now, do you think, like I said, you know, about the oversaturation of music that's here in Cleveland and so on and so forth, do you think that it's a lot harder for a band to get people to come out to the shows? What do you think is the problem with, you know, getting people in the seats to, you know, come and listen to a show or watch a show?
It's really hard to say. I mean, because people go out and spend $25, $30 on a band they want to go see, but you do a free show or a benefit or something, and like, it's so difficult anymore. Like, people make excuses about the weather, about anything, and it's really, I think it's about connecting with your fans and having friends. You know, being friends with the fans. You're all like a family. That's kind of the only way you're going to get people to come out and support you. And I'm grateful for the people, no matter what band that I've been in, that have come out and continue to support or continue to buy tickets off of me because they, you know, love helping support anything that I've been a part of.
Right. Now, the music, the new band that you're in, I should say, what's the goal for this band? I mean, what's your plans for 2013?
2013, I hope to drop a CD.
Okay.
Have merch, banners, everything up and a go before we even play out. Like I said, I'm hoping for the OTEP show, but more notice will be available when we are 100%.
No. Now, the band, does it have a website? Does it have a Facebook, or what does it have?
We don't have anything as of yet. I'm currently putting together the website. It'll be immune.org.
Okay. Now, why did you pick .org?
Because .com was taken.
No. You could have picked .net.
I thought about that as well.
.org is basically geared toward, like, you know, how can I put this? Like, if you're a nonprofit organization, all right? So when you tell someone .org about your band, do you think that's going to be kind of discouraging when they think it's, they'll think it's a nonprofit organization?
That's very true. You know what? Maybe I'll go with .net, and you got me on that one for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you
it
hear
makes more sense.
Immune.org, I'm thinking of like there's a disease out there.
Yeah.
And they're trying to find the cure for it or whatever. And it's a .org and it's a nonprofit organization. I think maybe a .net would work for you or something like that. Or even I think they have like the other ones like .music now or something like that. I don't know.
I've heard a lot about .music, but I always get spam email about it. I never actually have seen a website that is .music.
Right. I know there's .tv out there. There's all kinds of, there's different ones out there, but you're going to pay a little bit more money for them though. But yeah, I'd go with the .net. I would really think about going with a .net and then take the .org and just forward it to .net and you'll be fine. So if anybody does stumble across it, they'll be able to get your band.
Yeah, we're not a vaccine company or anything.
Right, exactly.
Nonprofit organization.
Right, so that's probably what they'll think though when they see it though. But if they see a bunch of guys up there with holding guitars and playing drums and seeing a bunch of metal up there, then yeah, they might scare them off if they think it's a nonprofit organization though. But who knows though? But as far as the music itself, though, what's the goal for it? I mean, you said a new CD. Now, are you talking a full-length CD? Are you talking about an EP? Are you talking about, a single coming out soon? Or what are you planning on working on?
I don't think we're going to drop a single this time. I think we're going to go straight for a full-length album.
See, you're smart because I was arguing with someone on Facebook the other day, and they go, "What do you?" It had to deal with hip-hop guys too. And I'm like, they went, well, one person said, well, do you think about the mixtapes and they're talking about the singles and the EPs and all that stuff. I said, well, why do you even mess around with those? Why don't you just make a full-length album for yourself, get it out there, build up the anticipation of your new album coming out, and then get people to download that or buy that CD. Instead of like playing around throwing a single out there or throwing a mixtape out there. Don't worry about collaborations right now. Just worry about yourself and get yourself out there to the masses so people can hear you. Now, if you have, like, I'm talking hip hop here, if you get someone on one of your tracks or whatever the case may be, then that's one thing. But and you're collabing with that person, that's fine. But I mean, but make sure that the other person that you're collabing with is not going to take your song and throw it on their mixtape.
Right,
because then you're going to have sort of an issue. Now, same thing with with bands here in Cleveland. I really don't see a lot of collaboration with bands. You know what I'm saying? I'd love to see that. I'd love to see like a Demons Within collab with Cellbound or something like that, or Cellbound collab with Morality Check or something like that, or 3SO collab with Morality Check, or your band collabing with Demons Within or something like that, and putting a track together where you guys are all together or whatever, doing one track or whatever. I think that'd be cool. I think that would show a bigger showcase of, what is out there in Cleveland. I think that'd be really cool. Now, there's a lot of bands out there in the past, like back in the day, they used to do that, like Destructor. They used to collab with other bands, and they would make sort of like a mixed CD, And Bill Peters did the same thing, with what he was doing. He would have a bunch of songs from different labels or different bands on there, and then he would sell that, or he would pass it out to people, and then all these different bands were on it. I thought that was a great idea.
Yeah.
So I think, something like that would be great, where, these local rock and metal bands would get together and do something really cool, and throw something together. But it's hard enough now just to get the bands out there to perform, in front of people, when that's the other thing that kind of irks me, though, it kind of pisses me off, is the people. When you have them come to a show and they say they're going to come to the show and they don't show up. And then, or they come to a show and they're watching one band and then they automatically leave, right when that band's over with, and they don't watch your band. That kind of pisses me off. That I wrote this in an article one time, where if you're going to spend the $5 to $10 to $15 for a show, stick around for the whole thing. Don't just sit there for one band and leave. It's kind of dumb. Same thing goes with hip hop artists. If you're going to go see one hip hop artist, then go see the hip hop artist, but stick around for the rest of them.
Go see the full lineup. Don't
exactly.
You know?
Don't yeah.
And that's something people have been doing for the past couple of years. It's just been getting worse and worse, man. They'll come out and it'll be a great lineup. I try and put together shows all the time with good local bands that want to all do the same thing. Want to put on a good show for the fans and make a little bit of money to help support things, man. It's not easy. Let's not kid anybody. It's definitely not easy out there for anyone.
Yeah, and working together, as a local musician here in Cleveland, you're probably, it would help you in the long run if you all work together. And that's sort of the problem I see is a lot of people have egos, and they don't want to work with other people. They don't want to work with other bands. They think, well, if I just stick with what we're doing and that's it, or they have this little clique with bands, 3 bands all stay together and then they all play different shows around the city or whatever the case may be, or out of state or whatever the case may be. And to me, it's like, why would you do something like that when there's 1,000 great bands out there in Cleveland that would be willing to work with you and throw on a great show? Everybody should work together on this. And that's sort of the problem I'm seeing. And get out of Cleveland. Don't stick around in Cleveland and play just Cleveland. Get out and go to these different states. Go to Chicago. Go to, Columbus. Go to, the Tennessee or whatever the case may be. Get out and play these different, Michigan, all these other places. Just get out and play them because you're better off doing that. Play the surrounding of Ohio. Just get around there and play around the whole Midwest right there, and you'll be fine. And then come back to Cleveland and play your fall shows, like I said, and you'll see that you'll have
the anticipation up a little bit. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like sit there, throw together a tour, and this was a lot of the reasons that Karma fell apart. Man, I wanted to put together a tour. I wanted to do this. I wanted to do that. And when I talk about doing something, I'm on it. I'm trying to do it, and everybody else was like, "Well, we need to do this. We need to do this. We need to do this. We need to do this." And it's like,
don't overthink it.
We did that. Exactly.
Don't overthink it. Just do it.
Exactly.
Just don't overthink it. If you want to put a tour together, you contact these clubs outside outside of Ohio, and you say, look, we'll come up and we'll play. We don't care if you pay us. We'll come up and play. Just throw us on the show, and we'll open, we'll close, whatever. And that's one thing. That's another thing too that I don't like with some of these local bands in Cleveland. I'm not going to mention any names, but some of these local bands hate to close.
Yeah,
they hate that. I'm like, why? Well, because there's only 1 or 2 people. Well, then that's your fault. You didn't promote the show properly for them to come in and watch the show. If you would have promoted the show properly, then you would have had a crowd at the end of the night.
It comes down to promoting. It comes down to time management. It's all things you learn in school, too. And people don't realize, how much common sense it really is to run a band, organize a show, run the show.
It's like a business.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And it's not that difficult. And even when, I did the Karma My Birthday show back at Scores, which was, it was a great turnout. It was awesome. Thank you, everyone who showed up. But I like their sound quality. The sound system we used, Hysteria, wound up blowing the speakers, blowing the PA,
wow.
blowing everything. Not one person left. They hadn't played in about 6 months, and it goes back to that anticipation. We built that show up for a month, and dude, we had almost 200 people in there at Scores at a little bar in Painesville, a place that's not made for that.
Right, exactly.
So
it works out though. All right, real quick, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'll get more with Chris, and we'll talk about his band and find out where you can hear his music and all that other good stuff, and when his music's going to come out and everything. And I got a bunch of stories here that we're going to talk about too after the break too. So you're listening to Uncensored Net Noise on MorningShowCentral.com.
Uncensored Net Noise is fueled by Cocaine Energy Supplement. Hey, if you had to work on a Friday night, you'd need it too. Uncensored Net Noise. Every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern on Morning Show Central Radio Network. MorningShowCentral.com. Got time on your hands?
Oh, fuck! Ow! 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 Ow!
What?
Ow!
Send us an email. Hit the Contact Us page on morningshowcentral.com. You're listening to Uncensored Net Noise. User-friendly and ready to serve. morningshowcentral.com. If you have a product or service, let people know about it. Get your message out there and advertise on MSC Radio Network. It's easier than you think, and the whole planet is listening. Find out how you can advertise. Email Chris at morningshowcentral.com. Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com. If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningshowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com.
MSC Radio Network has just tweeted the following. This bowel movement won't come out.
Check us out on Twitter at twitter.com/MSC Radio Network. User-friendly and ready to serve. morningshowcentral.com. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now.
This is President Barack Obama, and you're listening to MSC Radio Network.
Hey, local bands and unsigned artists. What if I told you there was a place in Cleveland where you can get your merch made and have it sold in one location? What if I said you could bring your CDs and tickets to upcoming shows to this location? And what if I said you could do live acoustic sets at this location? I bet you're thinking there's no such place in Cleveland. Guess what? You'd be wrong. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland, and tell him you need merch made and you want to sell it in his store. Now, how cool is that? You can tell your fans to come down and get your stuff, and I think he'd ship your products to your fans. And he's local. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland today. 216-622-0377. That's 216-622-0377. Got time on your hands?
Oh, fuck! Ow! Ow! Oh, ow!
What?
Oh, ow!
Send us an email. Hit the Contact Us page on morningshowcentral.com. You're listening to Uncensored Net Noise. Are you tired of all the overhyped advertisements for energy drinks and energy supplements?
Maybe skydiving from a suborbital spacecraft or jumping a snowmobile over 80 buses is not in your agenda.
Maybe you just want to make it through the day effectively. Whether it's work, school, or raising a family, life's demands can be overwhelming. When you need that extra kick in the butt to help get you going, try Cocaine Energy. You'll not find a more effective energy supplement. Cocaine Energy has higher caffeine content per ounce than any other energy supplement on the market, and it's safe. Worried about the side effects of so much caffeine? We got you covered. Cocaine is scientifically formulated to mitigate against the side effects normally associated with large doses of caffeine, such as the jitters and heart palpitations. So what are you waiting for? Try cocaine today, because life doesn't wait. Cocaine is available at local retailers and online at www.drinkcocaine.com. That's drinkcocaine.com. Once again, that's drinkcocaine.com. This product does not contain the drug cocaine. Duh. This product is not intended to be an alternative to an illicit street drug. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Not recommended for children, pregnant women, or people sensitive to caffeine. Check out Uncensored Net Noise every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here. Uncensored Net Noise on morningshowcentral.com. There's more to life than mindless entertainment. You'll find out right after our show. Welcome back to Uncensored Net Noise. It's Uncensored Net Noise. Welcome back to Uncensored Net Noise. Live on MorningShowCentral.com. If you'd like to call the show, 1-888-668-0742. Previously on Uncensored Net Noise.
I was really influenced by that and also by a band that had just gotten back together at the time called the B-52s. Their guitar was originally all like alternate tune. They had this guy, Ricky Wilson. He was like the first rock star to die of AIDS in the mid-'80s.
The B-52s,
Yeah.
they are, I mean, they're a weird band.
Yeah,
very weird
The weirder
band.
they get, the more they lose me. But the first album and most of the second album are golden, and
Yeah.
also Cosmic Thing.
Some people say that Chris is the devil himself. But the devil probably has more hair. It's uncensored. It's Uncensored Net Noise.
All right, guys, we're back. You want to call the show? The number is 888-668-0742. Or get to the website, morningshowcentral.com. I'm here with Chris.
What's going on?
He's got a new band. And we're talking Cleveland. Finding out what's going on with his new band and everything. We were supposed to have this band. I think it was a Def Leppard cover band called Hysteria. Sorry, guys. I have to bust your balls. You guys didn't show up, so I have to. Sorry.
I'm going to sit here and bust your balls, too, man. I'm your manager. I was a part of that band once. What the hell?
So, we'll try to get them back on at a later date. Also, I was supposed to have Jen from Toxic Entertainment on the show tonight, but she couldn't make it. She had some sort of a problem. She's in the hospital right now, and she couldn't make it in. So hopefully she's doing okay, and we'll be able to have her on sometime soon. All right, what do you think about labels?
Labels. Specific?
Yeah, well, as far as like, a band getting a label, do you think it's a lot easier having a label, or do you think it's a lot easier for you just to do it on your own?
Probably better to do it on your own, honestly. Getting involved with the label is, if you get signed, everyone thinks that it's the big thing to get signed. And yeah, I want to get signed. But if you get signed, it's just like basically like kind of like a loan here. You are still going to owe us this much money. It's like if you get a tuition to go to school.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Well, there's a question in the chat, though. Which band it was? It's called the band was called Hysteria. It was supposed to be on the show tonight. No, it's not a Def Leppard cover. I was only making a joke about them. If you go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Morning Show Central Cleveland, and you'll be able to find the link to their page, and you'll be able to check them out on Facebook. But they're supposed to be here tonight. The name of the band, again, is called Hysteria. We'll try to get them back on one day soon. Now, as far as, like I said, with labels and everything and working with them, have you ever worked with a label before?
I have not. We came very close with Karma, actually. We played the OTEP One-Eyed Doll show. It was on like a Sunday at Peabody's, and actually OTEP herself watched the entire set. And One-Eyed Doll was about to get signed to Century Media, and at their meeting, they brought us up to Century Media. Like, there's a band in Cleveland called Karma. You guys got to check them out. They're really awesome, et cetera, et cetera. And, we had them looking at us. Then All the Remains, we played with them, and Phil from All the Remains actually watched our set. And, next thing you know, I hear that Trustkill's looking at us. And, like, that's the point of, like, where I'm getting at is, like, It's always like within your reach,
right? And
then gone,
right?
And it just seems that's how it happens, man. It sucks. It really does.
Yeah. Now, who is some of your influences in the music business?
Some of my influences would definitely be range from Jim Morrison to Phil Anselmo, Dimebag Darrell, Vinnie Paul, the good majority of Pantera. Older Mushroom Head back in like the early 90s when like they really started doing something, definitely. Everything.
No hair metal bands?
Yeah, Judas Priest, a little bit of Metallica, not a whole lot. Not a big Metallica fan, especially like some of the stuff that's come out.
What do you think of them being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, how do you feel about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame here in Cleveland?
Honestly, sometimes I think it's kind of a joke.
Okay. Now, why do you say that?
There's so much more out there than what is put into.
Well, hold on a second. James in the chat room, real quick. Judas Priest was sort of hair metal. You have to. Come on, you got to give it a look, and then you got to think of like the old school days of like Garage Days and Ride of Lightning of Metallica. Yeah, those you got to. When you think of hair metal, yeah, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking like Dee Snider from Twisted Sister. You're thinking of like Bon Jovi or Poison or Warrant, or that's probably what you're thinking. But
Faster Pussycat,
right? Exactly. But I'm just thinking, if you want to throw Metallica and Judas Priest into the genre of hair metal, back in the early '80s, yeah, you probably you can throw them in there. But now you can't.
Yeah.
As far as Metallica goes, you can't.
No.
I mean, they're not hair metal anymore. I'm just throwing that out there though. But forgot the question. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You said you think it was a joke, but then what do you think? about the whole thing with the Rock Hall, with all the inductions that have been done here in Cleveland. Do you think that there should be more inductions here in Cleveland, or do you think that it's just you said it's a big joke where, why do you think it's a joke?
There's just a lot more out there. It seems like some of the people that get inducted really shouldn't.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. It's my opinion. It's not everybody else's, but that's how I feel.
Right. I think with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I think there's sort of like it's all politics. It all depends on whose ass you can kiss to get in there. And there's like a bunch of guys just sitting around a table thinking, all right, who are we going to throw into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year? And then they come up with these weird names. Now, I've always had a problem. Chris, don't kill me for this one. Chris in the green room, our intern, don't kill me for this. I always had a problem with like Run DMC. I've always had a problem with who was the other one that got in there? There was another band or another hip hop group that got, or actually, but it had a lot to do with rock and roll though. I mean, but prime example is Run DMC. I had a problem with them getting in. Yeah. I get that they played with Aerosmith. Walk This Way. I get it, and they kind of had a lot to do with that music coming to fruition at the time. But some of the people that are in there currently right now, I mean, they shouldn't even be in there. Like they had an exhibit up for Lady Gaga. She's not inducted or nothing, but they had an exhibit up for her. I couldn't stand that she's in there. Just the exhibit being in there. There's quite a few other inductees that shouldn't even be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and there should be people that are more deserving and more willing to be in there. Now, I'm going to say Kiss should be in there, but Gene Simmons kind of turned them guys down.
Yeah.
He said he doesn't give a shit if he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because he really doesn't need to have some sort of paper that says that I'm in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to, make him, a big success. Kiss is a huge franchise. So he doesn't need that, a piece of paper saying that, he's in the Rock Hall. And I sort of get what Gene's saying, though. But there's a lot of people in the Rock Hall that shouldn't even be in there. And quite a bit of them, quite a few of them, I should say, shouldn't even carry the torch.
That's that's pretty much where I was going with that. You said the more descriptive, not so nice term of what I was trying to say.
I mean, there's a name for the place that's sitting on the lake that's there. It's called the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, not the Music Hall of Fame.
Right. And where does even a Lady Gaga exhibit fit in anywhere in that category?
She's not rock and roll. She's more of like a pop type, person, So I don't get where, like Madonna. I don't think she belongs in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame at all.
Yeah, she's not rock and roll.
She's more pop,
Yeah.
So I don't get it. But who knows what what's going to happen with the Rock Hall. Uncensored Net Noise, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, man, what's Master Bunny? What's going on?
What's up, buddy?
And you point out a good example, Gene Simmons, because Gene Simmons sees through the bullshit that is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He sees right through it. As far as I'm concerned, just pick that thing up and send it either to frickin' New York or Los Angeles, because at this point, with the last inductee, they weren't even there. They did it in New York. I mean, seriously. I mean, why is it even there? Why is Lady Gaga's Meat Soup? Why was it in there? Why is Run DMC in there? Why are these pop artists in there? They should not be in there.
Right. Why is Green Day have an exhibit at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Oh, my God. It was a punk. They're a punk band.
Why does Green Fag have an exhibit? Or, did Machinica finally get in there? God. I hate Green Day. Do you know that? I hate Green Day.
James in the chat has a good thing. Like Deep Purple should be in there. Thin Lizzy should be in there. I mean, those are a couple people, couple examples that should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But you're not going to see that, though. I mean, it's like I said, it's all politics. Everything has to do with politics with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and that's sort of the problem that lies in. That's the reason why I'm talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is this. It's the same way in the local music scene here. It's all politics.
Yeah, it really is.
Everything is politics. When you play a show at a certain venue, there's politics involved. When you try to get a bunch of bands together to play a show, it's all politics, because you get one band over here saying they don't want to play with you, or you get another band over here so I don't want to play with them, and then it's a bunch of bullshit. And then you got the clubs. I'm not going to mention club names, but you got clubs saying you got to sell 30 tickets to get a good spot on the show. Why do I got to get? Why do I get? Wait.
And I mentioned this to you last. You can go pull the archives from last year when I told you about this, because I even told you about the club owners. It's like, look, you saw something. The club owners were supposed to look over there and see the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and it was to go, okay, we have a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame over there. We have all these bands in there who shouldn't be in there in the first place, but beside the point.
Right.
We have all these bands in there. We need to promote a significant local music scene, and they're not doing it. In fact, all the clubs owners, if you're listening, I don't give a shit. You're fucking up, dudes. All of you are. Every single one of you is fucking that up. All of you are, because none of you are promoting it, and all you're doing is playing circle jerk bullshit games instead of promoting an actual music scene. I mean, I said this last year on the show. I mean, you can go pull it; it's there. But I'm telling you, man, the club owners have a gold opportunity, and they're just blowing it. You're right; it's politics. They're completely blowing the whole idea. They could have a significant local music scene. You could have promoters working all over Cuyahoga County looking for a local band, local talent, and signing them up and labeling them. It's not happening, dude.
Right.
It's not.
I understand what you're saying, though. Like I said, it's all politics when it comes to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and it's all politics when it comes to the local music scene here in Cleveland. And the one thing that pisses me off, like I said before, is when you have a club owner that says you have to sell 30 tickets in order for you to get a good spot on the show, and you sell the 30 tickets and you still get a shitty spot on the show. And it kind of comes to fruition when you do exactly what the club owner tells you to do, and you get shafted all the time. Or you get a club owner that says we'll give you $1 per ticket or something like that for each ticket you sell, or whatever the case may be, and then the club owner sometimes doesn't even give you that $1 for your show. It's one thing after another, though. I mean, that's like I said, that's why I'm not mentioning any of the club owners out there or any of the clubs out there, because they know who they are. They know what's going on, and there's a lot of good, talented people out here in Cleveland that will throw on a hell of a show. That when you talk about the music scene here in Cleveland, when it comes to like the rock and metal scene, it's huge. The rock and metal scene here in Cleveland is huge. I was talking to Chris out there in the parking lot. These hip hop shows, it's like you get like 100 people at a show, and it's like, wow, really? I mean, how in the hell did they get 100 people in there? Because they know how to work the show, they know how to promote the show correctly, they know how to get the people in the seats, and then you get a nice rock show that you put on, and you're thinking, okay, this is going to be great lineup. Great bunch of bands are going to be playing. These bands are huge. You're going to bring a lot of people, and you get 50, 60 people in the thing. It all stems down to the people as well. These people saying they'll come to the show, and they don't come to the show, or they, you put out like a Facebook bulletin saying that you're going to be at, we're doing a show at blah blah blah, and then all these people say, yeah, we're going to be there, and then you look around through the crowd looking for these people that are going to be there, and they're not there. It's like, are you supporting the band that you're saying you're going to? Don't even post if you're not going to go. Right. That's why when an event invite comes to us, if we can't go to it, I'm clicking deny. Right. I'd rather be honest and say I'm not going to go to the show instead of saying I'm going to go to the show, or click the maybe button and say that I'm going to be there, and then you're looking for us in the crowd.
Yeah, and the sad thing is, like, even when it comes to the ticket sales shows, people do the same exact thing. Oh, I need this many, I need this many, I need this many, and blah, blah, blah. All right, well, I'll get them to you at this date. Okay, well, that date comes up. Hey, what's going on? Da-da-da. Try and get a hold of them. Go to meet up. Drop off tickets free of charge. Don't charge no gas money, nothing like that. Give you the advanced ticket sale price, so you're not paying extra $6, $7, $10 at the door. I mean, come on. I just went to Meshuggah the other night, and it was like $33 a ticket when they were supposed to be like $22. But yeah, that happens. Like everyone's last minute, no matter what's going on. It's like the world's just going to hell faster and faster every day.
Right. Exactly. You got anything else, Bunny, before I let you go?
That's pretty much it. The thing is also, you made a good point about the pop bands. I mean, yeah, if they're getting 100, 120 people in there, for their shows, I mean, they're working the social media a lot better than the other guys are. I mean, that's the other thing. You can't blame the promoters, the club owners rather, at the same,
Well, no, you can blame. You can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can blame the club owners because the club owners don't even promote that you're going to be at their club. And you don't even
absolutely.
That is the bullshit part. That is the bullshit part. Yeah. I agree with that completely.
You may see
maybe the club owners. Was that right?
Hold on. You may see an article in a certain newspaper here in Cleveland that will name. I won't name. I won't even name. I won't. I'm not saying the Plain Dealer. It's not the Plain Dealer, but yeah. It's a rag magazine that's in Cleveland that nobody freaking reads in the first place. And the club owners, they use this magazine to promote their club, and then I don't go to that magazine to find out when this band is playing or who's playing at what club or whatever the case may be. The only time I use that magazine is around Halloween time to find out what haunted houses are open or where the haunted houses are.
We could talk about that after, too.
So this way I know exactly where to go for the haunted houses. I don't look for shows with that. I expect the bands to tell me on a social media website or on their website. That's why I say it's important. All right, Bunny, I'm going to let you go. All right?
All right.
All right. That's why I said it's so important to have your own website for the bands. All bands out there should have their own individual website. So and it goes the same thing with hip hop artists as well. They should have their own individual website.
Music in general.
Anybody,
no matter what you do.
I don't care what you do. You can play the freaking accordion for all I care. You should have a website. Okay, if that's your deal, and you play the accordion, then you should have a website so people can go to your website, and it's like a one-stop shop. You have your Facebook on it, you have your Twitter on it, you have your YouTube channel on it, you have your Reverb Nation on it, you have whatever you want to use on that website, so people can go and just click and click and click until they're blue in the face. And that's one thing that I see lacking here in Cleveland is that a lot of bands out there don't have that. They depend on the Reverb Nations, or they depend on the Facebooks or the Twitters, or
I hate that,
or whatever the case may be. Because the problem is that when you go to promote a show, who actually? Well, here's a question for everybody that's listening: who actually goes to Facebook and looks on Facebook and says, "Oh wow, Chris is playing tonight. I'm going to go see his show"? Nobody.
Pretty much.
They don't look at the Facebook to find out when their favorite local band is playing. They don't care. When they see a flyer up for your band, they dismiss it. They don't care. Social media, Facebook in general, is nothing but puppies, kittens, and stupid pictures that people post all day long.
Yeah, let's not forget all the stupid pictures with people holding like dead dogs and dead babies and videos that shouldn't, the crap that should be banned from Facebook, and they're banning other crap that's not even half as bad as that. Like some of the things that I've seen on there, people make me sick, man.
Right. And it's one of the things that, that's why I'm saying, if you're going to promote your band, start a mailing list. When you go to a show, I'm gonna give you a little bit of advice. Look, I'm not in a band, but I've talked to thousands of local bands here in Cleveland, and they all telling me the same fucking thing. When you go to a show, let me give you a bit of advice. Go to a show, you get a mailing list together. You grab somebody that you can trust at your merch table that you're selling whatever, okay? You tell them, hey, the person that comes up and buys your merchandise, would you like to be on our mailing list? And they say yes. You hand them the clipboard. They write down their email address. Now you have their email address. Then you take that email address and you mail them your shows that are coming up from your website, saying, go to our website, blah, blah, blah.com. Check out all the upcoming shows that are coming up in the city of Cleveland or whatever. You post whatever you want. Then you know exactly that These people are your supporters. These people will go to these shows instead of you posting something on Facebook saying, hey, we're playing at blah, blah, blah tonight. Why don't you come out? Tickets are $5. It's an all-age show. Come out and have a good time. Have a few beers with us, and you may get like 3 or 4 likes.
Yeah, exactly. Why is everything advertising? I mean, I do it too because the majority of my friends are on there, but I want to branch out. I don't want to sit on Facebook and sit there and promote all day about upcoming shows or upcoming, Disgrace is playing with Psycho Stick or this is going on, managing them, managing Hysteria, trying to put together my own thing. Like, I want people to actually come out to the show and do exactly as you said. Yeah, fill out a clipboard. I've seen a couple bands in Cleveland do it, and, it works. It really does. Why is Facebook is just a social media, it's killing the scene of multiple things. It's a joke.
Right.
It's a flat-out joke.
It's getting you fired from work is basically what it does. Yeah. Your bosses are actually using that to their advantage to, find out exactly what you're doing. So if you post up, something about, oh, I had a shitty day at work, then your boss is going to see it, and the next day you're going to walk in and he's going to go, you had a shitty day at work yesterday, huh? Okay, I'll remember that.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to make your day even shittier today.
Yeah, I have a funny story about that, actually. My boss for the haunted house, the head boss, she deleted me off of Facebook because of some of the nature of the language I would use and some of the language of things people would post. And then she finally just re-added me. So that's a perfect prime example right there. It's like, I don't know, man. Social media, really, I'm not even going to bullshit. I miss the days of when MySpace was around 4 bands.
Right.
4 bands. Until teeny boppers and everybody started using it to try and hit on certain musicians and get them in trouble and things that would be posted, and then a bunch of spam nudity pictures oh yeah, come like me at this site, I'm on this cam. It was like, dude, what the hell has happened?
Right. Yeah, and that's sort of the issue that these bands get your own website. Hip hop artists the same way. Anybody that's in music in general, get your own website. This way you can promote it the proper way. And in the chat room they're saying that the club owners are about 60% at fault and the bands are 40%. And the reason for it is because the club owners don't promote the show correctly for the band to get more people into their club. They may post out something on Facebook. Again, a club owner shouldn't rely on Facebook to promote their club. They shouldn't rely on Twitter to promote their club. All clubs should have their own website and their own mailing list. When the person comes into the door of a club, the first thing that person that's putting the wristband on, hey, you want to join our mailing list? Here, take this clipboard.
That would make sense.
Walk to the side real quick.
But that's why they don't do it, because it would make sense.
Right. Walk to the side real quick while this person's getting their wristband on and fill out this real quick. And then, hey, do you want to get, and then pass the clipboard,
Yeah.
And then once they get all these people signed up, they can send out one mass email a month or something with all the shows that are coming and promote it that way.
Yeah, and you know what it really takes to do a show, and you're right. So what do you say? 60% at fault was the club owners and 40% the musicians, right?
Right.
100% right. Poor promotion by the club owners, by the company, by the Guerrilla Production, something, who knows, anything like that. And then you know what it really takes for me to put out a show? I go and spend $30, $35 and make flyers and posters and put them everywhere. It's do it yourself, man. It's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then you're not going to get anywhere.
It's called guerrilla marketing.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to get out there on the streets and you have to promote, your stuff out there to the masses to let them know what's going on. I mean, there's different music shops out there in Cleveland. A great place to go, for local bands here in Cleveland is Rock and Roll City here in Cleveland. It's on Lorraine Avenue. You can get your merch made. You can take your merch into them, like your CDs and stuff like that, and they will sell your merchandise in their store for you. So if you're a local band in Cleveland, then you could turn around and take your CDs up there, take your concert tickets up there, have your shirts made from him, from that store, and he will put them up in the store for people to sell. You tell your fans, hey, go to Rock and Roll City, Cleveland, on Lorraine Avenue, and you can buy this merchandise right there on the spot. Instead of you putting up a website or using something like Bandcamp to sell your merchandise or whatever the case may be, which is sometimes a pain in the ass, because who is really going to trust buying something online nowadays? A lot of people, they don't trust buying a t-shirt from a website, or they don't trust buying a CD from a website. They don't trust, spending 99 cents for a download because they don't want to get their identity stolen or something like that. I get it. So here's a place in Cleveland where if you live in Cleveland, you can go buy all the band's merchandise there. And if the band's not there, you tell that band to go there and they'll get their merchandise put in there. I mean, it's really, really cool. It's a great concept, and I think it's gonna pick up, take off, and it's gonna work out really well. So, I mean, if you want to learn more, go on Facebook, look up Rock and Roll City Cleveland. His new website's coming out probably next week sometime. I think it's gonna be rockandrollcitycleveland.com or rockandrollcleveland.com or something like that. And then you'll be able to check out all the cool stuff that's on his website. But for now, he just has a Facebook. And he's working on the website right now so he can start selling merch on it. But it's a cool place for bands to go to get their shit out there to the masses.
And bless him for it, man, because you know what? That's the other thing that in this city that's not helping anybody is there's no support from anybody. It's hard enough to get support from the fans nowadays, but it's even harder to get support to back you up. Like, we got you guys. We got Morning Show Central. We got Uncensored Net Noise. And more people need to know about it because you guys actually give a flying shit about us.
Right. And that's sort of the problem that we're having here at MSC is that, we don't have when we say that we're doing a show, we send out a mass email. And if you sign up to morningshowcentral.com, every Friday, you will get an email saying, hey, the show is live on, 9 o'clock. Tune in. You get one email a week from us. That's it. Just letting you know that UNN is live. Or you can check out all the other shows that are on the network. If you're into hip-hop, the weekends is where you need to be. So Saturday and Sunday, tune in and you'll hear a hip-hop show that's going on. Or if you're on Monday, you want to hear something about, hear sports, then you tune in on Monday. Or if you want to hear some punk music, emo-type music or whatever, Monday is your great chance to listen to music as well. Project X is on Tuesday night. You can check them out. You want to hear a political show, Wednesday is the night you tune in. And then Thursday, we play replays of the Marty Allen Show. Friday is us, Uncensored Net Noise. So that's sort of the problem that we're having is that trying to get the word out about MSC, about all the great programming we have here. But not only that, we want to showcase some of these artists that are in Cleveland to show them, hey, there's a lot of cool bands in Cleveland that you can go check out and you can go watch and listen and so on and so forth. But the problem we're having here at MSC is getting their asses to tune in.
Yeah.
I mean, we give them all the ample opportunities to tune into the station. We give them an app on their phone. If they can't sit in front of the computer, there's no excuse. You have an app. It's called TuneIn Radio. You download it. You search Morning Show Central, morningshowcentral.com. You'll stream us live. If you can't sit in front of the computer, we have the live video that you can watch a show. I know there's commercials in between the shows sometimes. Talk to Ustream about that. They're assholes. That's another way you can listen to it. Or if you missed it entirely, we have a YouTube channel for each one of the shows, and we also have a website for each one of the shows, and each one of the shows is on iTunes. You can download it from iTunes as well.
You can't really get much easier than that, man.
Right, exactly.
How much more can you ask, I
mean, we give you all the ample opportunities to listen. We just need you to tune in and, show some initiative. Go to our website, sign up. There's a form in there. That form's been dormant for a little while. So we need to get more people into the forum to start posting more stuff in the forum. That'd be a great thing. You can local bands. There is a section on the website where you can post up your gigs. Sign up, post your gigs. If I see them, I'm going to promote them on the air. I mean, it's really cool. Like, for example, hold on a second here. There's one. I got somebody on hold though, but give me a second here. There is one. It's just easier for me to get it from here, from Facebook, because he posted it in the. He also posted it in the forums as well. Law of Destruction,
awesome band.
Okay, They're going to be playing at Peabody Saturday, February 23rd. That's in the forums at MSC. All you have to do is just go post it. It's that simple. Really, really simple. And if I see it, I'm going to promote it. You know, so that's the cool thing about it. We're here for the local bands. We're here to help you guys out the best way we can. But we need the listeners of these bands, these fans of these bands, to tune in and listen to us.
Quit being so damn lazy. Put your damn iPads and stuff away unless you're
leave your iPads out. Listen to the damn show.
Well, you know they're all sitting there browsing Facebook, looking at porn. Fine. Put that shit away. Go download the app, man. Tune in. It's not that difficult. What? Support the band. Support the scene.
Hell, you can watch porn and whack off and listen to the shows at the same time. Multitask.
I'm sure we'll read about that someday soon.
Right, exactly.
Maybe in Florida.
Right, exactly. Uncensored Net Noise, you're on the air. What's up?
No, what this guy said is correct, 110%. Go to those websites, go promote your band, whatever else. I want to point out one thing, and Chris, I want to say one thing here. I am not apologizing for the clubs, okay? I'm not doing that. What I am saying is they don't care. They care about two things, cover and liquor sales. That's it. Anyone up on stage, they could give a damn because as far as they're concerned, that just gets more people in the club. It is up to the bands to promote themselves. You know, I called in earlier and talked about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, the whole idea the club should be promoting, you know, the fact that they got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame over there and all that good shit. The problem is they're not doing it because it's not for them. It's not in their bottom line. They don't care. The reason why the pop bands are getting 100, 120 people in there, and the reason why you guys are only getting 60, 70 in there is because they're working social media better than you are. You got to get some guys on the payroll, even if part-time. You got to get guys who are working Facebook, working Twitter. You know, you got to do that. That's one of the reasons why Romney lost the election, because he didn't work social media very well. Obama did. All right, you got to work this very well. You got to get some people on the payroll. You got to throw money at the problem. All right, and that's the way they're going to do it.
Yeah.
These SEOs, they're scum. Okay, they're scum right up there with fucking ambulance chasers, and you know, bad lawyers and recruiters and everything else. Okay, they're scumbags. I ain't gonna lie to you, they are. But you throw those bastards money, your shit gets promoted, and that's just the way the world works in social media, man. That's just the way it is. And I'm not calling to sit there and blame anybody or talk trash about someone. I'm just kind of telling you how the real world works.
Well,
you know?
I'm going to throw some blame. I'm going to throw some blame at the club owners because they're inviting the bands to come in to play their club. At least what they can do is actually say, look, this band is going to be playing at our club. Please come look at watch this band or come see this band perform. I mean, you don't see a whole lot of that. You only see it every now and again from a club owner or whatever the case may be. I understand that they have a club to run. They can't just, be all the time on Facebook and whatever. That's when you get a little 17-year-old person or 18-year-old girl or guy or something like that, where he can all he does all day is promote these bands.
They have people that do that. They're called talent booking agents.
Right, exactly. So
that's
their job. And that's sort of the problem that I see with the local clubs in Cleveland is because of that. I mean, they don't help the local bands shine.
Well, it doesn't help, and I'm not going to drop any names, but it's happened at multiple venues. It hasn't just been one. It doesn't help when you charge the bands that you're having sell tickets and making pretty much pennies for the amount that they're bringing you when you charge them for parking.
Right. Yeah, I get it. It's a catch-22. I mean, you can't win for losing. But, Bonnie, I get what you're saying, though. I mean, yeah, you got to throw some money at it with the local bands. But you also have to realize, too, that these local bands, they're broke. How are they going to throw money at it when the clubs aren't paying them to play a gig or they're not getting any money to play?
I totally agree with that, and I agree with you. That's where the clubs are dropping the ball. They're dropping the ball because they got that big fucking Rock and Roll Hall of Fame sitting over there, full of Lady Gaga shit. They're not sitting there and they're not sitting there and capitalizing on it. All they're worried about is their alcohol sales and asses in the sea every week, and they don't care how they get there. They're not promoting the talent booking agent's probably the bar back for his other part-time job, and he's not doing his promotion job. I mean, that one paper you discussed, I won't mention the name because you didn't. I won't do that to you. But, I know who they are. But, you're right. I mean, you have a complete breakdown of an entire infrastructure, from the local media, from the promoters, from the band, not from the bands, but from the club owners, rather. I mean, you have multiple failures here that could make this whole thing work, and it's not working.
Right.
That's the problem. I mean, no one's picking up the fucking ball to make this actually go.
Yeah, and the other thing is, too, is with these local radio stations here in Cleveland, you would think that there would be one local radio station out there that would have enough balls, an FM radio station that would have enough balls to play some of this local music. There's not one because it doesn't make them money, and they're not going to do it. They think that, okay, well, if we get, one band on and we play their music, just maybe their relatives and family are going to tune in and hear it. And then when that music comes on, everybody's going to tune out. I guarantee if they had a local radio station here in Cleveland, grow a set of balls, and maybe start it like on like a Saturday night or something like that, where late at night, let's say like 10 o'clock or something like that, and play nothing but local music from 10 to 11, an hour show, they would get a lot of people tuned in to listen to that.
Yeah, and it would absolutely help the musicians, too. It would help the people writing the music, playing the shows, going out and selling the tickets, doing everything that they can, Like, there's no backbone support. You have to have it all yourself. That's pretty much what it comes down to. And be thankful for the people that are trying to help.
Right. And here's the thing, though. And I'll say this, and then I'm going to take a break. That's where we come in. MSC is here for the local and unsigned bands here in Cleveland. We've been like that for many, many years. And I've actually changed, and Bunny can contest this. I have actually changed my show to support the local unsigned bands. Before, I didn't have that many on. I had celebrities on. I mean, I've had KK Downing from Judas Priest on my show. I had Dee Snider from Twisted Sister on my show. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and keep name dropping people. But you see what I'm saying, though. I care so much about these local bands in Cleveland that I drop everything else to help them out. I've actually, and then all I'm asking in return is the local bands help me. Where I'll play your shit all you want, but just get more people to tune in.
Exactly. If you're going to come on the show,
right.
then, tell people. You want people to tune in. I want people to call in. I don't care if it's people from Karma. Call in. It helps.
Right.
Right.
All right, Bunny, you got anything else before I let you go and take a break?
I mean, have a good night, guys.
All right, thanks,
you too,
Bunny.
man.
All right. I'm going to take my last break of the night, and then I'm going to come back. I got a story real quick. I know I'm going to go over just a little bit. I'm going to go over about like 3 minutes, Chris, in there, the intern. Maybe 3 or 4 minutes. I got a story that I got to cover. It's about Christian Mingle.
Oh, God.
The dating website. You can find rapist on there. And we're going to talk about that when we come back. Alleged rapist, I should say. And we'll wrap it up, and we'll find out if Chris has any gigs coming up or if he has anything else he wants to plug real quick, a website or a Facebook or whatever he's got. And, I know you're doing that haunted house stuff, too, so you can throw that out there when we come back as well. All right, we're listening to Uncensored Net Noise on MorningShowCentral.com.
Don't touch that mouse, or we'll come to your home and pistol whip you. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network, right here on MorningShowCentral.com. Are you tired of all the overhyped advertisements for energy drinks and energy supplements?
Maybe skydiving from a suborbital spacecraft or jumping a snowmobile over 80 buses is not in your agenda!
Maybe you just want to make it through the day effectively. Whether it's work, school, or raising a family, life's demands can be overwhelming. When you need that extra kick in the butt to help get you going, try Cocaine Energy. You'll not find a more effective energy supplement. Cocaine Energy has higher caffeine content per ounce than any other energy supplement on the market, and it's safe. Worried about the side effects of so much caffeine? We got you covered. Cocaine is scientifically formulated to mitigate against the side effects normally associated with large doses of caffeine, such as the jitters and heart palpitations. So what are you waiting for? Try cocaine today, because life doesn't wait. Cocaine is available at local retailers and online at www.drinkcocaine.com. That's drinkcocaine.com. Once again, that's drinkcocaine.com. This product does not contain the drug cocaine. Duh. This product is not intended to be an alternative to an illicit street drug. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Not recommended for children, pregnant women, or people sensitive to caffeine.
Hey, this is Steve Snyder from Twisted Sister, and you're listening to Uncensored Net Noise.
If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com.
You want a date?
I'm gonna puke on you.
Gee, I don't think I have a price for that.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Right here on MorningShowCentral.com. If you have a product or service, let people know about it. Get your message out there and advertise on MSC Radio Network. It's easier than you think, and the whole planet is listening. Find out how you can advertise. Email Chris at MorningShowCentral.com. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. Hey, local bands and unsigned artists. What if I told you there was a place in Cleveland where you can get your merch made and have it sold in one location? What if I said you could bring your CDs and tickets to upcoming shows to this location? And what if I said you could do live acoustic sets at this location? I bet you're thinking there's no such place in Cleveland. Guess what? You'd be wrong. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland, and tell him you need merch made and you want to sell it in his store. Now, how cool is that? You can tell your fans to come down and get your stuff, and I think he'd ship your products to your fans. And he's local. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland today. 216-622-0377. That's 216-622-0377. Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on MorningShowCentral.com.
Oh, wow. Language.
Okay, he was PMSing.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Check out Uncensored Net Noise every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here. Uncensored Net Noise on MorningShowCentral.com. Oh, great. Not another Farmville request. Check us out on Facebook at Facebook.com/MorningShowCentral. Denying one Farmville request at a time.
Prepare to get your cock rocked to kingdom come.
Welcome back to the show that doesn't discriminate. We'll bang everyone equally.
You can handle that? You got a job.
It's Uncensored Net Noise. From the Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio, you're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. It's Uncensored Net Noise. Welcome back to Uncensored Net Noise. Live on MorningShowCentral.com. If you'd like to call the show, 1-888-668-0742. Previously on Uncensored Net Noise.
So we're all not dead, I guess. That meteor didn't hit us, or that big old asteroid didn't hit us. So Ready for another boring show? Here we go.
It's Uncensored Net Noise. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank the fine people at the FCC for being such f***ing Welcome back to Uncensored Net Noise.
All right, guys, we're back. Don't call the show because it's over. The rest of you pussies out there couldn't even call a show. But if you did miss it, I'm only playing when I call you. I'm only goofing around. Don't take it serious. I had somebody email me because I said that on the air one time. I said, don't be a bunch of pussies and call in. They emailed me and said, what are you calling your listeners pussies for?
The same reason I call my fans pussies at shows when they don't get in a pit.
Right, exactly. Right. It's
all fun and entertainment, man. We don't mean no harm by it.
Yeah, it's endearment, basically, you know. I find I find it more crazy when people email me and say that I shouldn't be calling our fans pussies or whatever the case may be. But you're a bunch of pussies. But anyways, I do have this story here from Christian Mingle. A suspected rapist is accused of sexually assaulting a woman he met on ChristianMingle.com. Many have used the dating website to prey on women while he traveled across the country, the California police said. This Sean Patrick Banks, 37, a former Navy sailor, used a fake name to contact a woman who allegedly he raped in November. Why do women use use these dating websites like JDate or this Christian Mingle or, what's that other one out there? That one that you see, eHarmony, all those different websites. You know for a fact you're going to get yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, stop using. What happened to the old-fashioned day where you went to a bar or something, or you met someone at somewhere, through a friend or something like that, or whatever the case may be, or if you found someone online, that's one thing. I mean, I'm not saying that all of these websites are bad, but you set yourself up for failure when you like this shit here. This guy.
Who the hell uses Christian Mingle, first of all?
Right.
And if you see an advertisement for something like this on TV late at night in between Family Guy or on Comedy Central or something, obviously,
what's that one at late at night? It's with the farmers.
With the farmers?
Yeah. What the hell is the name of that damn farmers something where farmers can meet up with other farmers, I guess. I can't remember. Anybody in there know what the name of it is? What is it? Farmers what? Farmers Only?
Yeah. Okay, I've seen that one.
Yeah, Farmers Only. Yeah, I think it's farmersonly.com or something like that. And then you see the commercial's funny as all hell. You see a cow chewing, his grass or his whatever he's eating, and they make him talk. When is Jill gonna find happiness? And then the cow says, "Oh, I don't know." And then it's like, who in the hell comes up with the weird idea for that website?
I have no idea who comes up with half the weird ideas for any of the website. And Christian Mingle, you really mean that's run by Christians? I highly doubt it.
Exactly. There's more atheists on that website than anything.
Yeah, that's like Predator Central.
They're looking for pussy.
Yeah.
So I mean, why would you think that someone's out there for a good date?
I mean, hey, if you're that desperate, I know of a friend of mine, Mike Maston. You can hit him up on Facebook, Masten. There you go, man. Just hit him up. He needs pussy more than anybody. Pull your panties out of a bunch, man.
I mean, I don't get it though. I mean, you think that you're on a social media website, especially Christian Mingle. And you think that you're going to meet a good Christian on there, right? And you guys are going to go to church every Sunday or whatever, or you're going to go to mass on whatever, and you're going to live happily ever after with this person that you found on Christian Mingle. No, you're not. This person that signed up to Christian Mingle is looking for pussy.
Yeah, or possibly worse, you know.
Like this guy. He was out there looking for girls to rape, allegedly. You know, so now the whole website, he's this Banks guy had to post $500,000 bond and was released. Now he's, has to wait for his court date to come. And so, yeah, ChristianMingle.com said in a statement, though the spokeswoman, Arlene, whatever the hell her last name, in addition to having expert manual review of all profiles and photos, we have developed several, ready for this? They built several proprietary automated tools to ensure the highest possibility of the safety and privacy of their community. If they did, this guy wouldn't have gotten through.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have gotten through. If their security measures are so high, he would have never got through.
Yeah, whoever's running that, your security measures suck.
Right, exactly. You didn't see this guy coming a mile away? He's out. He's looking for pussy, dude.
Your security measures, and not
Right.
to drop this, but your security measures are about as good as the club in Columbus when Dimebag got shot.
Your security measures is about as safe as the ones on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they suck. All right, before we get out of here, you have anything that you want to plug before we get out of here?
Yeah, definitely. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. out in Madison, Ohio on County Line Road, the haunted house I'm working for, Regal Vineyards Haunted Winery and the Maze of Deception. Come on out for the actor tryouts. They start at 4 o'clock, going to go until about 6, maybe 8. We don't know. All depends how many people show up. Yeah, we had a rough start last year with somebody else in charge, as far as like the cast manager and trying to run things, I should say.
You're months away from Halloween, and you guys are already starting in February. Wow.
Yeah, we're doing a lot more than just a haunted house. It's one thing we're doing is something called Regal Random Acts of Kindness, where we're going around helping the community. You know, painting a mailbox for an old lady or cleaning the gutters. Just something to get the word out there. We're not just a haunted house. We're a family. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Right.
There's a lot of big stuff. I'm not going to give too much away, but yeah, that's on County Line Road in Madison, Ohio. Just look for the giant winery house. You can't miss it on the left. It's like 2 minutes after you turn down the road. Other than that, thanks, Hysteria, for not showing up. It's okay. I'm still going to go ahead and plug you guys. It's going to be the website will be available, hysteria1.com. That will be up within 48 hours. And then also my good friends that I'm managing out on PA, which we will get out here very soon, probably sometime this month. I think me and you were talking, is disgraced.com will be up and running very shortly.
Okay.
And immune.net, as we, because we don't want to use .org. It makes more sense.
It might be some sort of venereal disease or something, so you don't want to promote that.
Yeah, you never know what kind of weirdos are going to pop up on that website.
Exactly.
ChristianMingle.com.
Right. Could you imagine if you had the .org and someone thought it was a dating website?
Oh, God.
Yeah. All right, we're going to get the hell up out of here. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. If you missed any part of the show, go to our website, uncensorednetnoise.com. There you'll be able to find all the shows that we did recently and in the past. And you can also check us out on YouTube, where this show will be uploaded if you missed any part of it. And you can watch it in its entirety without commercials. Thanks to everybody at Cocaine Energy Drink. Check them out online at drinkcocaine.com. That's drinkcocaine.com. That's our sponsor here at Uncensored Net Noise and MSC Radio Network. If you, excuse me, if you haven't tried their energy drink, you need to try it. Oh, my God. I went down the wrong pipe. Check it out online, drinkcocaine.com. There's a bunch of new things that are coming out, which is, I think he's got the Black Cola coming out soon. I'm not too sure about that. And then he also has these shots that are already out. You can get those, too, at the website as well. We're going to get the hell up out of here. I have a live remote tomorrow.
Yeah, that ought to be interesting.
Yeah. I will be, if you're around the computer around 10 o'clock tomorrow night, I will be at a hip-hop show for our Sunday show since 1974radio.com. And if I don't return, you know where I'm at. please call police and rescue me. I will have my intern, Chris, there to protect me, I hope. Right, Chris? Okay. And check it out tomorrow night, 10 p.m. On our website, morningshowcentral.com. We'll have the live performance of a bunch of hip-hop artists that are in Lorain, Ohio. And we're going to get the hell up out of here, guys. Peace, we're out. Oh, my God. I can't even talk.
Okay, wait. I love you. Okay, bye. I'm not even going to say anything. It's so embarrassing.
What the fuck is going on?
The crew at Uncensored Net Noise would like to thank the sponsors that make our weekly show possible. Cocaine Energy Supplement, Lifestyle Limousine, Intense Frequency Production, Guitar Center, North Olmsted, Ohio, Joe the Printer Guy, Broken Fan Media, and Pete99.com. Web hosting done right. Did you miss any of the show?
What the hell happened to you guys?
Actually, we were hoping you could tell us.
Then check out our website at morningshowcentral.com and visit the archives for this and other past shows. Also, check out the games, photo galleries, chat rooms, and more.
We're supposed to be fighting for truth, justice, and the American way here.
The views and opinions expressed on this show are not controlled by the FCC, our wives, girlfriends, gay lovers, or favorite barnyard animals. And if you have any complaints, call someone who cares. Be sure to tune in next week for another sick and twisted edition of Uncensored Net Noise.
Ah, conspiracy theories and masturbation. I suspected there was a connection.
If you have any questions, comments, bitches, complaints, or great stories about barnyard fetishes, shoot us an email at show@morningshowcentral.com. And be sure to check out the live show next Friday night, beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on morningshowcentral.com.
Must be great to be able to make a living doing something you love.
From Chris and the rest of the gang here at Uncensored Net Noise, have a great weekend, and we'll catch you next week.